Some people are vacuum people. They're like, you know what? No. The floors have to be clean. That drives me bananas. And some are more like clutter, like
Right.
I love it. Like I can't, that, or it's your bathroom sink. Like I always laugh at what everybody's thing is. Then just choose that. And if you're calling your spouse on the way home, this is me. I'm feeling overwhelmed. The house is going to look like a frat house when I get home because I've been gone for 2 days at a show. I need the dishes done and the rug in the entryway vacuum because we farm and ranch. So there's mud, dirt, all the lovelies of animals. So I'm like, if those two things are done, I will chill out. Guess what's done? Because I just narrowed it down for them. It wasn't overwhelming for them either.
Yeah, that's so good. I'm the same with a babysitter. So if you guys ever have a babysitter, just like, they can't do everything. They're not yet moms. They don't even have the keen sense of awareness that you do about all the things. They have board games out and they're trying to manage children, which isn't also their day-to-day rhythm. My thing is dishes in the sink. If the dishes are clean, I don't care if there's games everywhere. I really don't, because that shows me that they're having fun. Yeah. But the dishes, I'm like, man, I can't get that mac and cheese off that pan for the life of me. Couldn't you just put some water in it and wiped it off real quick? Like, that's it. Yeah. That's all I need.
And the thing is, it's like, they're just like kids yet, depending on who you hire. They want the boundary. Otherwise, they can't meet it. They are just like, we are down here on earth. We're like, we really do want to meet your mark, but what is your mark? So just tell them what your mark is. Mine is countertops. Please just clean up the countertops.
Yes.
Like, the rest I can deal with, but just wipe the countertops off for me.
So, Rebekah, I want to go a little deeper here because I think this is the thing that people are talking about high level. But then there's also the emotional and the spiritual things that go into play with these external visibilities as well, which is, we talk about cluttering, but what's actually happening internally. So I love that your system starts with the me system because I think all of them kind of correlate, but I often see it done flip-flop, where they're taking care of the external things so that it can be an interior representation. So I'd love to hear why you chose to do it that way. And in the midst of everyone asking you these questions, where did the Spirit, where did Jesus say, God, this is your calling, Rebekah? Allow this to be a part of that and stand in purpose here as well as your design eye.
Yeah. Well, I can answer some of it. Some of it I still think go figure he picked purses. So some of it I can answer, and some I'm still like, sweet, I'll just keep going in this lane if you want me to. I picked the me system because I use the reference of not the airplane analysis where you put your own oxygen mask on, because I still question that, you guys. I mean, we all hold our sweet babies and we're like, I don't know. I would be like, you survive. I do the cell phone charge. So if you didn't plug your cell phone in the night before and you wake up and it's at 39%, when do you think your phone's going to die? It's going to be 11, right?
Yeah.
So if we view our bodies as the same way, because we're also hyper aware of the charge on our phone, it's such an easy relation to the charge of our bodies. If we're at 39%, guys, no wonder we're doing all the sugaring, the caffeine and everything by 11, because we've missed the charge. So how do you charge yourself? And we talked a little bit about that. So I think I chose that one myself because I am an Energizer bunny. This gal, I don't even need caffeine. I have to drink decaf because I would just levitate, you guys. It's not an option for me. So that being said, I just thought everyone always asks me, where's all this energy come from? Where's all this joy? How are you doing all this? Well, I know that I can answer very confidently. It's Jesus. The reason I wake up, the reason I have so much joy is just I shouldn't say can't keep. It's just so innate to be man, thank you so much, God. Yeah. Thank you so much for everything you've done. It's part of my testimony, another story. But so that's where that initial joy comes from. So when people ask me, how do you do it? My first thing is how well are you taking care of yourself? Let's get you at a full charge. You'll make better decisions when you're at a full charge. You'll love people better when you're at a full charge. When we're depleted, I mean, your phone can't even open up certain photos and apps when it's starting to go down, right? Well, you can't do the same thing either. You can't recall a cool memory. You can't push yourself back out there to show up for that meeting when you're so depleted. And so that's why I think you need to start with your me system, is so that you can show up better.
I love that. So you alluded to it really quick, and I've got to know, because that's one of my favorite things to dissect, is were you raised in a Christian household? Was that something that you always have had a relationship? I hear a lot of people are like, oh, I knew religion, but I didn't have a relationship with God until later. What was that evolution like for you? And how did it parallel to your entrepreneurial journey, since your mom obviously had you an entrepreneurial bug bite since you were little?
Sure. I grew up in the church. My parents both loved Jesus. I didn't have a personal relationship with Jesus until my sophomore summer. Like, I knew Jesus, I knew God. I would write music. My family was very musical as well, and I thought that was going to be my path. Obviously, something creative. But anyways, through a bad boyfriend relationship, realized like, okay, I'm done with that. I'll hand it all over. And I promise to follow everything you do. I will not be part of the popular group. I'll be kind to everybody. I'll do nothing but encourage, because at that point I was the worst encourager ever. And so that's when things started changing, was forming an actual relationship. Like, he wasn't just at church, he was in my heart. So that's where that came from.